Hi, hello, and welcome back to my channel, and today's video is the Summerween TBR. Because Summerween is literally around the corner, it starts Saturday, I thought I'd film a little TBR video to hold y'all over until that vlog is done. And that also marks a year since I started this YouTube channel, so that is absolutely wild because my channel started with Summerween, and I believe I posted that video either the 13th or the 14th of July last year, so that's pretty crazy. I believe it is again starts on the 5th this year. It starts on a Saturday and I think it ends on the Friday. I am once again participating in the readathon that is hosted by Gabby Reads. For more information, you can follow her on Instagram, follow her YouTube channel, and they also have another Instagram that is called This Is Summerween, but follow them for more information on the readathon. And with that, I'm gonna get started. Prompts are as follows, and I'm gonna read it off of my phone just so I don't get anything wrong here. Prompts are: read a book in the dark or at night, read a horror or thriller book, read a book you've owned more than a year, read a novella, manga, or listen to a spooky audiobook, and then read book with this guy on the cover. So those are the prompts this year. Most of my TBR is actually spooky audiobooks, mostly because I also listen to audiobooks while I'm at my job, while I'm at my desk. So I don't have time to read 5 or 6 books in that span of time. So we're gonna go with it. And a lot of my books are actually borrowed from Libby because I simply do not have the room on my bookshelf anymore to fit anything. Like, my bookshelf is stuffed stock full. And I can't show you right now because my husband doesn't sleep on the couch because he is again sick in July. But just believe me, it's stuffed full. I'm going to start this TBR with my book that I have owned for more than a year, and it is this lovely anthology again. It is Classic Tales of Horror by Edgar Allan Poe, and in this book I'm going to read The Fall of the House of Usher, which from what I understand is a story where some sort of ailment falls on the House of Usher and chaos ensues. That's pretty much all I remember from the Goodreads summary that I could find. And it's not very long. The reason this book is the one I'm choosing for read a book you've owned for more than a year is because I only own 2 of the books I'm reading. And secondly, I've owned this for years and have not read much of it. So I think literally the last one was The Black Cat, which I read in the last vlog. So we're gonna pull this one out again for Summerween, and we're gonna have a good time with the Fall of the House of Usher. The next one, I believe, is my thriller pick. I guess you could count it. It's got a sky on the cover, so you could count it under this. I think I'm just gonna count it under a thriller because there's another book that can fit under that. It's The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. I wanted to read this for Winterween this year. It didn't happen. Winterween was just not my vibe. The last thing I want to do in the winter apparently is read spooky books because I think I'm still kind of in that Christmas New Year mood, so I'm not really in the mood for spooky thrillers. And that's something I had to figure out, and that's fine. Like, I just won't participate in Winterween. Summerween's fun. But from what I understand, after a friendship is sparked between Casey and her neighbor at some point was missing, and she does anything she can to find her, I believe is how this goes. And marriage is that not everything is as perfect as it seems. So I have this copy. I don't like this master paperback, but it's the copy I have, so we're gonna go with it. It's also available on Spotify as an audiobook. I'm not gonna be able to read the whole thing through audiobook because I used 4 hours, if not more, listening to The Problem of Pain, and I only have 15 hours of Spotify audiobook hours, so this is gonna have to be read mostly here, and I will figure that out. So that is my next pick for Summerween, and I do think this is just going to be my thriller book. The next one is the one I'm going to read in the dark, which is my best, mostly because I have it on Kindle already, is my best friend's exorcism. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I have no idea what I'm getting into with this book. I just know they were friends, and one of the girls starts acting different, and she's going to do whatever she can to save her friend from a demonic possession. I have no idea how I'm going to feel about this book, and I will be honest, I don't know how far I'm going to get into it, because I do kind of believe that, like, that spiritual realm is real. As a Christian, I do believe that stuff is kind of real, and I don't want to, like, step too far into it. So if I start getting uncomfortable, I will probably toss it. I'm not going to lie to you. But if it doesn't bother me too much, I'll continue. But, like, I read less than a chapter of the London Seance Society by Sarah Penner. I got through less than one chapter of it and put it down because I couldn't do it. So we'll see how this goes, but this will be my read a book in the dark. If not, I have another book that I don't remember the name of off the top of my head. Let me pull it up. This one was actually recommended through another channel, and it is Wait Till Helen Comes, and it is a children's horror novel. So I'll go back to doing that. That's if I don't do well with my best friend's exorcism. The next one on this list is Pet Sematary by Stephen King. I don't know anything about this book. I've heard it's really, really good. But basically this family moves in and shenanigans ensue. And that's basically how I describe these books, because I don't know what it's about. But I've heard it's really good. I haven't read a lot of Stephen King. I haven't read any Stephen King. Like, I never read Salem's Lot for Winterween. So this will technically be my first Stephen King book, and so I have high expectations for it. That will go with the prompt of Book with the Sky on the cover, because the copy I'm reading does have a sky on the cover along with a cat face. Next one is Horror Movie by Paul Tremblay. I don't know anything about half these books. I do know from the synopsis of this book, because I had to read it to make sure I knew what was going on, that some horror movie was filmed in, like, the 80s, or I think it was the 80s, but only 3 scenes were ever released, and because of those 3 scenes it has, like, a massive fan base, and they want to remake the movie, and the only surviving member of the original crew wants to help, but he's kind of cautious. It's kind of like the cursed tape stuff, kind of like The Ring, which is something that's always, like, that concept has always freaked me out as a kid. I will not touch that movie with, like, anything. Like, just the clips of that movie freak me out, so let's not watch that. But I thought it'd be fun to kind of read as an audiobook, so that one will be my audiobook, spooky audiobook pick. And I do have one more for this TBR that is on the TBR, and that is I Was a Teenage Slasher by Stephen Graham Jones. This one, from what I understand, is basically a slasher novel from the point of view of the killer, which should be interesting. It takes place in 1989. It becomes a legend, I think. It sounds interesting. Now, to be fair, I haven't been well with slashers recently. Like, I read You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight, and I didn't care for it, and I think it's because I didn't like where it went. But I talked to my brother, and I was like, dude, it just went, like, off the rails. And my brother's like, you don't watch slashers very much, do you? Because slashers normally go off the rails. I was like, okay. So maybe they're supposed to go off the rails. So that is 6 books when I had 5 prompts. So that's doing pretty good. So we'll see how much I actually finish for this vlog that is coming up. I figured I would at least release a TBR before I get started on the vlog on Saturday. So that is my TBR for Summerween. If I read anything else for Summerween, I will of course let you know. If I don't finish these, I will also let you know. I'm probably going to do a Summerween spread. I'm so excited. That brings us to the end of this video. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and tell me what you are reading for Summerween if you participate in the comments below. And if you're not participating in Summerween, what are you reading right now? I could really use some recommendations. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!